Good afternoon. Welcome back. We're going to do a different type of video today. It's going to be a product review and upgrade of a very old product that I've had for a long time. This is a Stinger from Streamlight XT. This is a very, very old flashlight. I don't even think they sell it anymore. It came on, I bought it back at the end of 2004 for a job, and you can see I have beat the living snot out of it. In all fairness, I haven't used this entirely on the job because at one point I did upgrade to the Stinger DS LED, and then eventually to the Stry-on LED just because as technology got better, you can see just how much smaller these flashlights will get. It's pretty amazing. However, even though I stopped using this for work probably a couple years ago. This became the house flashlight. But right now, as you can see, it doesn't work. And if I put a brand new battery in it, because luckily the batteries are interchangeable between these flashlights, you can easily see the flashlight still doesn't work. I've learned that if the charge is not 100%, it won't work in any good way, and the bulb is incredibly dim. So we're going to do some maintenance, some upgrade, brand new battery, brand new bulb. I'm not upgrading to the LED. I just want to keep it as the normal bulb that it came with. I got both these off of Amazon. I'll leave affiliate links in the description for how to get these if you're running the same problem. But a couple things I would like to point out. This battery, this is so old that this doesn't even attach to it anymore. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this off, and we're going to reattach this. A couple of shop towels here to protect the work surface. And I like these blue shop towels because they don't leave a whole lot of fibers compared to like a paper towel. And I'm going to start with just a quick clean. I'm using just some 99% isopropyl alcohol, or some people like to refer to it as cleaning liquor. And I'm just trying to get off anything. I'm not trying to make this perfectly clean. I'm just trying to get off any residue that could interfere. Now, I also don't want to contaminate these threads with any spray adhesive, so I'm going to put the cap back on briefly. I'm going to get some painter's tape, and I'm going to seal up now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it just over the edge so you can see I'm just putting it just over the edge of where that grip is going to be. I'm just going to wrap anything that can move, and of course the connector. I just don't want any overspray from the spray adhesive, and I want to protect the lens as well. So, and I'm putting it on this way, that way I can quickly remove the piece of spray adhesive I need to, because I know I don't have the largest working time. So I'm putting this piece on last, just so I can get this piece off, cap's covered for my spray adhesive. What I'm going to use is 3M Super 77. Heard great things about it, so just a couple quick. Pull the tape off. Pull this tape off. Undo the cap. Then I'm just going to slide this on. I already feel it being a little twisted. Get my alcohol, clean off any residue There we go. I'm gonna let that sit before I try to break it loose. But it looks, I mean, it's already pretty set on there. Cool. Well, moment of truth. All right, now we can, now that adhesive's on, make sure there's no residue. I got a tiny little bit on my thumb trying to clean, but so I've got all the residue off. That's why I had all these things protected real good, because if this had gotten into any of the connections, if this had gotten into the threads, I could make this thing never serviceable again. All right, so let's get all this tape off. Wait, just painter's tape wasn't on there long. Very easy to remove. I could totally do this a lot nicer if I want to spend a little more time on it, but this will be good. Now, I've had this flashlight apart already before. Or that's all sticky. So I know that I have a grounding screw. This top screw right here on the charger, that is a grounding screw. Attaches in, so I want to loosen that up just a little bit. Not all the way out, just enough. You see there's that screw. It's right in there. Give a quick little wipe down to the inside surface on both of these. You see this time the bulb came with it. It usually doesn't do that, but it just goes to show you this bulb, just so you know, is completely original to the flashlight. So that thing only burnt out maybe a year ago, probably during the pandemic. Hard to get parts. So let's get this opened. Very careful. This is an old thing I learned when I was a mechanic. I don't know how true it is. If you can comment down below if I have this right or not. But I was always taught you never touch like a halogen or a xenon bulb with your fingers. And the reason why is because the oils of your fingers could get on to the bulb and could shorten its lifespan. So I put it on with that. We got a new bulb in. Get this slid carefully over. The washer's still in great shape. We'll get this screwed back on. And I know this thing can adjust, so it's not a huge deal, but I want to just back this screw in anyway. God damn it. Now I want to back this screw in anyway till it's about even with the other. So it's back in. Okay. Moment of truth now. So this is a new Stinger battery. Says it's good for all of them. I did not get the lithium ion version, and part of it's because, one, they were a lot more expensive. They were a little harder to find. I wanted to stay with the actual parts from Streamlight themselves, and a lot of the lithium ion ones looked like they were aftermarket, and looking at the specs from Stinger's website to the aftermarket ones, they were different, and so I figured I had this type of battery in there before, which is the NIMH battery, so why not keep with it? So it has a protective cover. Install button and in first. So we'll put this in. We'll grab our moment of truth. Does the flashlight work? Look at that. I can aim it, get it nice and focused. I'm purposely blinding the flashlight. Look at that. Now it's not near as bright, of course, as an LED flashlight, like one of these. Definitely not. Compare this one. So again, there's no way that this little flashlight is going to be as bright as this flashlight. LED versus essentially incandescent, you know, xenon, halogen. There's just no way. However, again, this became the house flashlight. And I'm going to put this on a charger where it can sit and let it always be there. Now, let's see. Oh, look at that. This doesn't move anymore. That's awesome. This isn't coming off anymore. So, I have a complete working flashlight. Awesome, right? Make sure it's got that nice point on it. I've got a full working flashlight. I don't even know how much of a charge this thing has. So I'll have to get that on the charger. But I will tell you on to more of a product review. And again, this one isn't made anymore, but all of these flashlights are made by Streamlight. And that's the flashlights I've gotten. So this one I'm going to have to recycle, right? You don't throw a battery like this away. This will go to a recycling center that deals with batteries to make sure it's properly recycled and disposed of. But I will say, yeah, all of these flashlights are amazing. These two are still original. They're on the original parts, original batteries. They still seem to work as good ever. This is the only one that I've had to do any upgrade to. And again, the only upgrade I've had to do to it is I replaced the bulb. Not because it was burnt out, it was because it was getting dim and the battery couldn't hold a charge anymore. And the way I knew that is it wouldn't turn on, as you saw in the beginning of the video. I tried with this battery, and it was only when this battery was at 100%, like leaving it on the charger for hours or a day, switching it over, it would turn on, and it was so faint. Now I've got a nice flashlight. Again, I don't need an LED for work. This is just a house flashlight. But if you found one of these used, you know, it's not a lot of money to buy the battery. Again, I'll have to probably put up on the screen how much the battery costed and how much the bulb costed versus the cost of a new flashlight. And this has been absolutely amazing. So I can't recommend Streamlight enough on any of their products. I have more flashlights of theirs that I won't put on camera. They've all worked great, and I will just end this video by saying this is my own personal opinion. Streamlight has not sent me any of these. I bought all of these myself. I've used all of them in a personal and professional world. They've all held up. You can see how absolutely beat up this one is. And as you can see from my work, even this one, newer one, has a lot of scratches, a lot of imperfections in it. And even this tiny one is turning silver. So they've all experienced a good amount of use. These are all very old. I want to say I think these two were within about a year of each other. These are probably 2010-ish, I'm going to say, when I bought these. This is 2004. So this is almost 20 years old. And with just a little bit of what I would consider normal maintenance. Batteries do need to get replaced. Bulbs, especially, you know, incandescent halogen xenon bulbs, have to get replaced. They do wear out. The button cap is original. The glass is original. This thing has been dropped. This thing has been through the ringer, and it's wonderful. And I can't really speak highly enough of the product. Not sponsored at all. Again, bought all of these on my own. I know you can't buy this, but if you did, I would say, you know, it's a no-brainer on this one. They last forever. The only thing I'll say is if you do decide you have one of these, or just needing to get a new battery for any other Stinger, Poly Stinger, and you use my link, it is an Amazon affiliate link, so no one's ever used one of my links before, so I don't know what kind of percentage they'll give me, but just for full disclosure. Anyway, if you like this, you want to see more things like this, especially old stuff you can't buy, throw a like, throw a subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks.